How are you gonna hate on the industry when your auntie has a whole leak tape busting it down?
Back with our trash news segment of the week, the Kardashians are once again under controversy because Alabama Barker is now hypocritically dragging women on the internet for what they do for a living because she's a rich Nepo baby, so she doesn't have to care. And yes, this all ties back again to the cheating scandal that she was involved with Bad Baby. And I also think I have the answer to Kim Kardashian's super disturbing Santa baby video that she released that we all agreed to politely ignore. Which I did. I did not cover it or ask any questions, but I do think it ties in here. So in case you don't know who Alabama Barker is, she is the child of Travis Barker, who is a member of Blink-182 and is currently married to Kourtney Kardashian, which despite their best attempts now officially makes her part of the Kardashian clan. And recently, she got caught in a very viral cheating scandal that we covered in full involving Bad Baby, who was postpartum and had cancer, and then her boyfriend went and cheated on her with Alabama Barker. And then they started a very public online feud about it. It's important to remember, Bad Baby was postpartum and had cancer. Alabama Barker, just turned 18. Levon is 26 years old and allegedly very physically harmful. There's really only one large loser here, and I think we know who he is. Here's where the drama has gotten a lot worse over the last few days. This woman named Camilla comes into the picture, who is a very famous certain sort of model, if you get what I'm saying. She exists on a place that I believe is only for AC units. But she's very famous, apparently, and she's involved with this influencer house, I guess it's called the Bop House. Given the name, I didn't do too much further digging on this, because as an older Gen Z, I've already learned too much about younger culture at this point in the deep dive. But moving on, Camilla made a joke about recruiting or something for this house, and someone commented that they should get Alabama Barker to join. And then in a video that I believe was supposed to be a joke, she said that she's not going to do that because Alabama Barker's a homewrecker, and then her friend comes up and is like, hey, didn't you do the exact same thing? And she's like, oh, I gotta go. I believe that was the joke of it. But then, of course, Alabama Barker says, I would actually never. And that's fair. The joke was made in poor taste, but now an all-out war has started. So Alabama Barker decides to get on live. And that's when she starts dragging these women. And then specifically people in her comments section start pointing out, aren't you a Nepo baby? And she says, that's right. And I'm proud of being a Nepo baby, which isn't a bad start. Because you know what I always say? I mean, one, good on you for acknowledging that you're a Nepo baby. And two, you can't control what family you're born into. It's all about what you do with the opportunities that you're given in life. So for a moment, she's hitting it out of the park. And then she says, well, I'd rather be a Nepo baby than selling, that sort of stuff on the internet. And then essentially she starts dragging and belittling anyone who makes that sort of content at all. And she makes it clear she thinks she's so much better than anyone who does that kind of work. And allegedly, she doubled down on it on another post that is gone now. And so a lot of people start pointing out how wildly hypocritical this is of her. For starters, let's be honest, a lot of her fame now is tied to the fact that she's part of the Kardashian crew. And we all remember how Kim Kardashian really sent them all to stardom, right? By making the kind of content Alabama thinks that she's better than, but she's actually just riding off of the fame from the trajectory of that event. And then people take it a step further and bring up Alabama Barker's literal mother, who also has a profile on that platform, where she literally makes that content. How are you going to be a proud Nepo baby when you think you're even better than the people who have Nepo'd you? And how does this tie back to the creepy Santa baby video that Kim Kardashian dropped on IG and no one can figure out why or what it means? I mean, first of all, if you like funny content, you should just check out my IG instead. I think it's way better. Well, a lot of people guessed it's because Kim Kardashian hasn't really been in any headlines in quite a while, so it was just a desperate attempt at grabbing attention. And sort of, you're pretty close with that guess, but here's my guess. Yes, I will agree that I think it was a desperate attempt for attention, but I think the more important part is that it was to distract from what's been happening, and that's two things. One is obviously Alabama Barker has been going viral every other day with really bad press for their family. And two, everyone was quite upset again after she posted her soft launch again for what's happening here with all of those Tesla products, which brought up the conversation once again of which side this billionaire family always takes. That's the important part that I am going to use their fluff pieces to continue to circle back to, because that's what we should be paying attention to. That's maybe the only reason that keeping an eye on these sorts of billionaires is actually important.